Good morning and welcome to the special meeting of the Board of Finance. We are here to consider an emergency supplemental appropriation for Simsbury Meadows Field. It is May 23rd at 7:45 a.m. by Zoom. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I don't know, is Amy on the call yet, Kelsey?
Yes, she's here.
Okay, hi, Amy. I just wanted to thank Amy. She made herself available to answer questions for our board members in advance of this meeting, so members have had the opportunity to review the request and ask questions. I want to welcome Mark and Orlando and Tom Tversky, who is also here, and of course, Kelsey for organizing today. We are here to consider a request to appropriate dollars for the emergency repair. I want to make clear to the public, this is something that we had appropriated in last April, but that appropriation was a contingency line item that was subject to Board of Finance prior approval before it could be used. So it's no new dollars for the public. This is money that was put aside for just such a situation, but to release the dollars, we're having this meeting. We want to make sure that staff has the legal authority to spend the dollars before they spend in compliance with both the charter and state law. I will open it up quickly to Tom Tversky with the understanding that we've all read the submission. I think we understand it, but for the public, why don't you just give us a brief summary of the situation and then we'll move forward.
Sure, I'll be brief, and if I miss anything, Orlando can fill in the gaps. The drainage system at the Simsbury Meadows Field, particularly the part of the system that runs parallel to Iron Horse Boulevard along the west side of the field, has failed. It is not moving water to the outflow drains on the opposite side of the field, and so what's happening is we have surface water on the field. The field can't be mowed. You can't move equipment on it. You can't really walk people across that part of the field. It is a safety issue as the event season is coming up, as that side of the field is used. If you're familiar with it, it's where the gazebo is along Iron Horse Boulevard. So people do enter and exit from that side of the field. Right now, you can't cross it safely because there is surface water on the field. It's very damp and it's soft. And as you know, typically with the event season coming up, they move light towers and sounds and speakers out onto the field. If this repair isn't made and we have any kind of moisture, just like today, today's rain expected, it will make putting that equipment on the field problematic. We'll be looking at either major repairs if it does happen because it's so soft, or events would have to be canceled because that equipment can't be moved onto the field. We're hoping to get the repair done as quickly as possible. Orlando's already spoken to a couple of local contractors. We have met with the town engineering staff, DPW staff, the sewer department staff. We're going to take a number. They've all agreed on a solution that we hope will take care of this. We hope to not use the full 50,000, but we want to be rather safe than sorry, and make sure we have enough money to get this done as quickly as possible. Orlando, did I miss anything?
No, you covered everything pretty good, Tom. This is something that actually started occurring back about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And we've been monitoring the situation for about 4 or 5 weeks. And we've even gotten an aquarium involved, thinking that possibly there might have been an issue up on Iron Horse, and we were getting the effect of a possible main leak coming from Iron Horse. But they've done their research and checked all their pipes, and their system is working properly with no leaks. So it's something, obviously it's a drainage issue on the field that we're just not moving water quick enough to get the surface water off the field.
I'll open it up to questions from our board.
Are there any other spots along this path or whatever that you're still looking at, like you were 4 weeks ago for this? Something that we
do have a spot just east of this one that's not quite as big that we think that spot's going to dry out. It's around another catch basin that is wet, but not as wet as the one parallel to Iron Horse. But there are just two spots. One is an obvious issue. The other one we think with dry weather should dry and correct the problem.
And if it's
You guys
not,
started. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
go
Lisa.
ahead, Art. No, go ahead.
I was going to shift to another question.
Okay.
You're good. Okay. I'm just curious. You guys started to allude to the sort of bidding process or how you're getting quotes. Could you give us a little more of a sense of that? Like, do you get 3 quotes, or how does that work?
The town has 3 on-call local contractors that we use that are basically on call for emergencies like this. We've already spoken with one of them who can't do the job. They're a smaller firm, but they're also concerned. The field is so wet. It's going to be a tough job for any contractor because you're moving heavy equipment onto a wet area, and you take the risk of getting it stuck, and then dealing with that as well. Orlando was met with the second contractor. With the emergency on call list, we do not have. My understanding is we do not have to go out to bid with this. We have met with the DPW, the engineering staff, to come up with a plan. So we have the engineering work basically completed to hand over to the contractor and work with Orlando to rectify the problem.
Mark, can you please confirm verbally for the minutes that the bidding procedure complies with town policy in this situation?
That's correct, Chair. The emergency order will take care of the procurement requirements. I'm just, my concern is, as Tom knows, one of our 3 can't do it. Tom, can you just make me feel a little better that the second or the third can do it? Because in that case, we'd have to put out a call for a wider catch.
Yeah, the first firm that Orlando spoke with is the smallest of the 3. The other 2 are a little larger. Orlando's got a meeting on I believe Tuesday morning with another one of those 2 contractors to talk to them about the job.
Yeah, and Mark, I hope to meet with one of the contractors this afternoon, and hopefully, get them to agree to do the job and have some pricing on what it's going to cost to do this. But the goal is to hopefully get this going for next week. That's our goal. And hopefully this contractor that I'm going to meet with today is going to agree to do the job. It is a difficult site because it's so wet. So some of the contractors are shying away from it. They're actually a little bit afraid of it right now. If this job was in August and the area was dry, it'd be an easy job. So it makes it a little more complicated because of the conditions that we're dealing with right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions from members of the board at this point? Okay, and obviously if you think you need more, please come back to us. There is $100,000 there to release. I think we all recognize the urgency and need for this, so thank you for evaluating it and bringing it to our attention. If there are no further questions, I'll ask for a motion effective May 23rd, 2024 to approve a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $50,000 for the purpose of repairing the drainage system at the Simsbury Meadows Field. The motion is contingent upon the Board of Selectmen recommendation to the Board of Finance for said repairs, funded by the Capital Reserve Fund Contingency Reserve that was appropriated in the fiscal year 2024 budget.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
We'll go with second with Art Wallace, first by Mike Doyle. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? All right. Thank you, everyone, for this quick meeting. I think this now goes down as the record for the shortest meeting of the Board of Finance. So thank you, everyone,
Well
for
done,
making
everybody.
time
Thank
to
you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you all.